Hi guys, welcome to another one. Today, like I mentioned in the previous video, I think I want to take a look at Cinematic Battle, right? So, I think the reason I just want to talk about Cinematic Battle is because Cinematic Battle started with Thor Ragnarok, right? And it was awesome, especially if you went to go watch the movie and then you came into the game and then you found Cinematic Battle. It was incredible because it was almost like the movie exactly, you know what I mean? So I think what I would like to see. Okay, I first said I will show you guys the conquered areas in, what was it again? Alliance Conquest, yes. So Alliance Conquest, I ended up playing the second, I think, 3-star stage. And okay, we happened to conquer it. Heroes Reborn, there you go. So anyway guys, today's cinematic battle, I would have loved to see the Doctor Strange cinematic battle. I wonder if this is how Marvel Future Fighter is going to go moving forward. Maybe a new movie released and they bring out a new gaming mode, or they include cinematic battle the same way as the Doctor Strange and the Wolverine Epic Quest. So maybe cinematic battle will be seeing the same thing, where you'll have the option for the Thor Ragnarok cinematic battle, the Black Panther uh, cinematic battle, and the Infinity War cinematic battle. I think if we don't have a cinematic battle for Infinity War, it would be a real shame. So yeah, like I said, I love the cinematic battle because when you got into the game, it was absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? It was almost like the exact arena that they fought on, or that they fought in rather, in the first few parts of the movie. You know what I mean? You have those in-game movie, what do they call them again, in-game movie trailers or something like that, like you would have in your PS4s and your PS3s, with great games like God of War, obviously. So yeah, there you go. I mean, that is amazing, almost like the movie itself. So that is the first cinematic battle. I thought it was amazing. It was a great gaming mode, because I think with Marvel Future Fight, we World Boss Invasion does not count, or World Boss Challenge does not count, because we do not get such up close and interactive combat. You know what I mean? This is I think this goes with the likes of your Tekken games on your PS3s and PS4s, where you get such up close and interactive combat. So yeah, cinematic battle, it was awesome. It was awesome too. I'm going to ignore this. So it was awesome getting into the cinematic battle, and after watching the movie and you would see the game like this, I think that was an amazing feeling. But enough about that. So I think this is what they can do moving forward. Even not moving forward, they can go back to Doctor Strange, give us a cinematic battle, Netmarble. I mean, give us a cinematic battle for Doctor Strange. Give us a cinematic battle for Iron Man 3. Let us use all those other different types of Iron Man suits. You know what I mean? I love this cinematic battle because even though you do not acquire the characters, they give you the opportunity for you to play them maxed out. You know what I mean? There she is. I don't even have her, but then I can play her as a tier 2 6-star 6 mastery character and get to experience her skills in this format of the game. You know what I mean? whereas before the only time that you would get to experience a player that you do not have or that you do have at its weakest would be, for example, the co-op World Boss Invasion, where they let you use a character at its max. But now there's another opportunity for us to do exactly that. But then obviously cinematic battle, they want you to win, so the characters aren't really that strong, especially if you play them strategically. The villains rather, your opponents are not really that strong because they want you to win. They want you to move on to the next fight. They want you to experience the cinematic feel, I guess. So yeah, this is the Marvel Future Fight Cinematic Battle. Okay, she did great. She did great. Because I know with Thor, sometimes the last stage, you do die. Especially if you have not built up your Thor well enough like I have. I think the only reason I got the uniform was the excitement, really. It's a good uniform. Apparently it had bugs earlier on in the beginning, and I think Netmarble fixed it. So yeah, man, I am not going to acquire the uniform, but I still get to experience the character uniformed. You know what I mean? My Hulk is not maxed out, but I get to experience or fight with the maxed out Hulk here. So that's another advantage of the cinematic battle. So that's what I'm saying. Bring it out for previous movies even. You know what I mean? Bring out a cinematic battle for Avengers Age of Ultron. You would love that. You know what I mean? And I also hope moving forward that Marvel Future Fight will give us opportunities to purchase uniforms from the different movies that are out there with gold. If you haven't been playing the game for so long, you might not know, but then some time ago, the Marvel Future Fight, or NetBumble rather, gave us the opportunity to buy uniforms, I think, from, was it Avengers 1 or Avengers Age of Ultron, something like that. But they gave us the opportunity to buy those uniforms for 1 gold each. Yes, not 1 crystal, 1 gold each. That's when I bought all 3 of the Ultron uniforms. I think I bought the Thor uniform and Iron Man and Vision and some other uniforms. So yeah, they gave us that opportunity. So moving forward, I hope that they do that again with one of the older movies, so that we can acquire those uniforms much easier. So there you go, the cinematic battle, guys. I swear it's awesome. It's awesome. I am not going to get the Loki uniform, but you can get it. I saw there are some skills that are buffed or beefed up rather when you use the new uniform. But then yeah, I think I still like the female Loki. She still does what I want her to do rather in the game. So yeah, for me that's it. Like that is, I think I'm gonna keep it there. I get uniforms, like I said, for the purpose of upgrading the uniforms that I really want. So here we go, Loki. Enjoy your petty victory for now. You cannot stop the army of death, Scourge. Welcome to hell. I think they really underplayed Hela in this release of the game, or in this update of the game, because the only person that really beat Hela in Thor Ragnarok was Surtur, you know what I mean? And Surtur was imbued with the eternal flame. So if you are going to create Hela as a character or give her a uniform, make it realistic. I think that's one of the problems that I have with the Marvel Future Fight games. Make it realistic. Typical example, the Destroyer. I think one of my initial favorite characters because of the reflect feature. But then the Destroyer was much larger in terms of physical size than everyone else, you know what I mean? If you can make your Thanos, if you can give your Thanos and your Apocalypse like those huge bodies, then why not make the rest of the characters realistic? For example, look at the Hulkbuster. The image, I guess, is a bit more realistic because it is somewhat bigger than the rest of the characters. But then the Destroyer, guys, the Destroyer is a huge entity. Why not give us that in the game? You know what I mean? Even if he does not do that much damage, because the Destroyer, to be honest, is not a true reflection of the real Destroyer. But then make him big, guys. Like, why not make him big? Let Marvel, I mean, give us the actual size. You know what I mean? They did not do that. So this is the last cinematic battle, guys. I think that was the one advantage with the Thor uniform, because you get the bonus in the first stage and then you get the bonus in the last stage as well. So if you buy the uniform, you kind of get benefits from 2 stages or on 2 stages. So that was another good thing about the Thor uniform. But it is a lot better. It is significantly better than the other uniforms, you know what I mean? I mean, when the Thor, I think, Unworthy uniform came out, everyone got it. Everyone got it. That uniform was awesome also, believe me. It was amazing. But then I think this one, they went one better, where people were even starting to argue if this Thor uniform is actually better than Odin. I've personally never really used Odin, so I wouldn't really have that much insight. I say insight, guys, because I believe when we talk about characters, it's something that we should experience ourselves, then we talk about it. Not just say, or from watching someone else's video. Get the feel for the character yourself, you know what I mean? I think that will also be an aspect or point of discussion in my next video. Netmarble, like I said, guys, they were very considerate. They know that you're not gonna have the money or the gold or the crystals to get most of these characters, especially max them out. So they give us opportunities to get a feel of these guys when they are maxed out, when they are uniformed, you know what I mean? You don't even actually have the uniforms, but you can test them out. But we don't really seem to do a lot of that. Okay, I did not seem to do a lot of that when I started playing the game. So yeah, that was the cinematic battle for Thor Ragnarok. It was a great movie, guys. I think for me, when the movie came out, it caught me by surprise, because that kind of humor and wit we are used to from Tony Stark dialogue, you know what I mean, from a Tony Stark movie. But then they really went one up with the Thor Ragnarok movie. I mean, even the Hulk had a script, guys, like a proper script. It was not just Hulk smash, you know what I mean. He made fun of Thor, you know what I mean. He caught you off guard. You ended up laughing at the sort of jokes that the Hulk would make, guys. The Hulk, come on, like the Thor Ragnarok movie, it caught me completely by surprise, you know what I mean. So Marvel, or should I say maybe Disney, well done on that, guys. I heard that recently Disney is buying all sorts of companies that will get them to use even more characters from the Marvel universe. So that was a great thing. A lot of guys did videos on that, guys. You can search for them. I'm not gonna do a reaction or video about that, but then yeah, the guys that I do follow, Beast Mode Gaming, Cynic Alex, they did videos on that, and I guess it's a good thing for the Marvel comic universe, guys. They are bringing it to life, and I think Disney is working hard. I think initially when Disney acquired Marvel, people were on some no bad move Marvel, but then Disney are doing a great job. Like they are going out of their way to ensure that people that do love the Marvel comic universe get to experience the Marvel comic universe. You know what I mean? So yeah, big up Disney, big up Marvel, and big up Net Marvel. I think this is one of the best games, best Marvel games. I mean, Game Loft have tried it with Spider-Man, and I know a few other guys have done a lot of work with regards to Marvel games. Net Marvel themselves, I think, were responsible for Contest of Champions, and then they came out with this one. Hey, what do you know? So, yeah, guys, I think that's it for me. The cinematic battle, check it out if you can, if you have time. But then it's not really something that you would obviously do like as your point of grind. You know what I mean? There are so many other gaming modes to do that with or to do that from. But yeah, that's it. The cinematic battle.